you? Get out! This has nothing to do with you!
You made this about me.
Don't. He doesn't know.
Daddy, can we help her? Single dad veteran stopped 3 attackers. Next day, 3 Rolls-Royce arrived. When single dad veteran Adam Carter stopped 3 men from attacking a woman at Murphy's Diner, he had no idea she was billionaire heiress Evelyn Hart, or that 3 Rolls-Royce cars would arrive at his door the next morning. Murphy's Diner buzzed with Friday evening energy. Families finished dinner while teenagers claimed corner booths. The smell of coffee and pie mixed with laughter as rain drummed against windows. 6-year-old Clara Carter pressed her face to the glass, watching droplets race down while her father Adam finished his shift meal. The small-town restaurant felt safe and familiar until 3 men in expensive suits entered with predatory confidence. Adam Carter, 34, watched his daughter color, while exhaustion from double shifts at the auto repair shop weighed on shoulders that had carried wounded Marines through Afghanistan. 2 years since Sarah died from cancer, he'd learned that single parenting required different courage than combat. Every decision affected Clara's future. Every sacrifice built her stability. His Purple Heart gathered dust while medical bills consumed savings. But Clara's laughter made poverty feel like wealth. Her hugs healed wounds that VA counseling couldn't touch. Clara looked up from her coloring book with eyes that saw goodness everywhere despite losing her mother too young. "Daddy, why does that lady look scared?" Adam followed her gaze to a woman at the counter, elegant despite obvious fear, as 3 men surrounded her booth with threatening body language. "Sometimes people need help, sweetheart. Can we help her?" The question pierced Adam's heart. His daughter's instinct to protect others despite her own losses revealed character that made every sacrifice worthwhile. Sarah had taught Clara compassion. Adam would teach her courage. Some battles choose you when innocent people need protection, and walking away means abandoning everything your service was supposed to defend. The woman at the counter was cornered by men whose expensive suits couldn't hide criminal intent. Their leader spoke quietly, but his body language screamed threat while she pressed back against wall with nowhere to run. "Stay right here, Clara. Color your picture," Adam said while standing slowly. Military training assessed tactical situation. 3 men, late 30s, athletic build, probably armed. 1 exit blocked. Innocent civilians in potential crossfire. "Ms. Hart, you're making this difficult," the leader said loud enough for nearby tables to hear. "Mr. Donovan expects cooperation." The woman, Ms. Hart, lifted her chin with dignity that reminded Adam of fallen soldiers facing death without begging. "I told Mr. Donovan my answer. Hart Motors isn't for sale." "Everything's for sale. Question is price." "Not everything." Adam recognized extortion disguised as business negotiation. Corporate criminals using intimidation because legal methods had failed. "Daddy," Clara whispered as tension filled the diner, "it's okay, baby. Daddy's going to help that lady." Adam approached with deliberate calm that masked combat readiness. 20 years military service had taught him about projecting strength while avoiding unnecessary escalation. "Evening, gentlemen. Everything okay here?" The leader turned with irritation that became calculation when he saw Adam's military bearing and physical conditioning. "Private conversation, friend. Move along." "Lady seems uncomfortable. Maybe she needs space." 2 enforcers flanked Adam while the leader maintained focus on Hart. Classic intimidation tactic. "Sir, please don't get involved," Hart said, genuine concern evident despite her own danger. Adam calculated odds. 3 professional criminals versus 1 veteran protecting civilian population, including his daughter, who was watching Daddy make choice between safety and principle. "Ma'am, would you like me to call someone? Police? Family?" Adam offered while maintaining respectful distance. "She's fine," the leader snapped. "Business discussion." "Doesn't look like business, looks like harassment." The escalation was inevitable. Adam had interfered with criminal operation that couldn't succeed if witnesses provided testimony. "Last warning, hero. Walk away." "Can't do that." Clara watched Daddy stand up for scared lady like Mommy had taught them to help people who needed help. Her small voice carried across silent diner, "Daddy, is the lady okay?" Every customer turned as 6-year-old's question exposed adult cowardice. 30 witnesses who'd remained silent while criminals threatened innocent women. Adam felt familiar fire-protective rage that had carried him through combat zones where failure meant death for people who'd trusted him. "Gentlemen, you're scaring children. Time to leave." The leader nodded to his enforcers while Adam positioned himself between threat and innocent civilians whose safety mattered more than his own survival. "Big mistake, soldier boy." The first attacker moved with professional training, but Adam had advantages: better training, defensive position, and moral certainty that clarified tactical thinking. The fight lasted 30 seconds. Adam's combat skills dismantled 3 attackers while protecting Clara and other customers from violence that could have escalated dangerously. "Clara, eyes closed," Adam commanded while restraining the leader. "Someone call 911, Hart shouted while other customers finally found courage to help. The leader spat blood while making final threat. "You have no idea who you're messing with. This isn't over." "It is for you," Adam replied while zip-tying criminal hands with restraints military training had taught him to carry. Police sirens approached as Hart knelt beside Clara, who'd watched Daddy protect strangers. "Your daddy's very brave," Hart told Clara. "I know," Clara said proudly. "Daddy's a hero." Sometimes being hero means doing right thing when everyone else chooses safety over principle, and courage looks like Dad protecting innocent people while daughter watches what real strength means. Police arrested the 3 men while Adam provided statement about attempted extortion that had escalated into assault when he'd intervened to protect innocent civilian. "Mr. Carter, you did good work here," Detective Martinez said. A 15-year veteran himself, Martinez recognized military bearing and tactical thinking that had prevented serious violence. Hart gave detailed testimony about months of harassment from Donovan Industries, whose hostile takeover attempts had become increasingly desperate. "They've been following me, making threats, trying to pressure my board members," she explained. Clara stayed close to Daddy, while understanding that scary men were gone and nice lady was safe because Daddy had helped when helping was dangerous. "Thank you," Hart said simply while shaking Adam's hand. Her gratitude carried weight beyond casual courtesy. "Couldn't walk away, not with my daughter watching." Hart studied Clara with genuine interest rather than polite acknowledgement. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Clara Carter. My daddy's a hero." "Yes, he is." Murphy, the diner owner, approached with coffee refills and obvious curiosity. "Ms. Hart, you okay? These guys been bothering you before?" "Different men, same employer. They want my family's company." Adam prepared to leave while understanding that good deed had been reward enough. But Hart seemed reluctant to end the encounter. "Mr. Carter, could we talk tomorrow? I'd like to properly thank you." "Not necessary, ma'am. Just did what anyone should do." "But not what everyone would do. 10 a.m.? I'll come to you." Word spread through small town faster than social media. By morning, Murphy's regulars were discussing local veteran who'd single-handedly stopped corporate criminals from intimidating innocent woman. "Adam's always been stand-up guy," Murphy told the morning coffee crowd. "Lost his wife couple years back, been struggling to make ends meet. Works 2 jobs to support that little girl." Sarah Williams, who ran the local bakery, nodded knowingly. "See him at Clara's school events. Only a single dad who shows up to everything. Girl adores him." Local newspaper editor Tom Chen called Adam for interview that Adam politely declined. "Don't need publicity, just want normal life for my daughter." But Clara had different perspective on normal. At breakfast, she peppered Daddy with questions about nice lady and when they'd see her again. "Will she visit us, Daddy?" "She said she might, sweetheart." "I hope so. She seemed lonely like us sometimes." Adam paused while making Clara's lunch. His 6-year-old daughter had recognized something in Evelyn Hart that he'd missed: isolation that wealth couldn't cure, loneliness that success couldn't fill. "What made you think she was lonely?" "Her eyes looked sad even when she smiled, like yours did after Mommy went to heaven." The observation struck Adam profoundly. Clara's emotional intelligence had been sharpened by loss, making her sensitive to pain in others that adults often missed. 3 Rolls-Royce vehicles arrived at Adam's modest apartment complex at exactly 10 a.m., their presence attracting neighborhood attention that transformed quiet Saturday morning into spectacle nobody could ignore. Mrs. Patterson from 2B peered through her blinds while calling her sister. "Honey, you won't believe what's happening at the Carters. 3 Rolls-Royces, like something from a movie." Evelyn Hart emerged from lead vehicle, wearing business suit that cost more than Adam's monthly rent. But her warm smile put Clara immediately at ease. "Mr. Carter, thank you for seeing me, and this must be Clara." "Hi, nice lady," Clara said with childhood directness that made Evelyn laugh despite serious business that had brought her here. "I'm Evelyn Hart, CEO of Hart Motors. Your father saved my life last night." Adam studied her with growing understanding. "Hart Motors? The luxury car company?" "Family business, 4th generation, which Donovan Industries wants to destroy through hostile takeover since legal methods failed." The explanation revealed stakes far beyond single harassment incident. This was systematic assault on family business, employing thousands while maintaining values that corporate raiders wanted to eliminate. Why tell me this? Because I have proposition that could help both of us while serving community that needs what you could provide. Clara listened while adults discussed important things she didn't fully understand but recognized as significant based on Daddy's serious expression. Evelyn explained her vision carefully, addressing Adam's natural skepticism about offers that seemed too generous. "I want to partner with you to transform your auto repair shop into a community service center, provide job training for veterans and local youth while serving as Hart Motors' authorized facility." Adam processed offer while calculating hidden costs. "What's the catch?" "No catch. But I'll be honest about my motivations. Hart Motors needs community allies against Donovan's attacks. Supporting veteran businesses creates positive publicity while serving genuine need. The honesty impressed Adam more than false altruism would have. Business partnerships required mutual benefit, not charity that damaged recipient dignity. You'd maintain full ownership, Evelyn continued. Hart provides funding, equipment, training, guaranteed contracts. You provide expertise, community credibility, and management. Clara tugged Adam's sleeve. Daddy, would this help more people like you help the nice lady? Yes, sweetheart. It would help Daddy's military friends find good jobs. The child's question crystallized decision Adam had been analyzing for hidden dangers. But Evelyn's offer addressed real community needs while honoring military service through practical assistance rather than handouts. I'll need complete documentation, contract terms, legal protections. Absolutely. My attorneys will provide everything. But Adam, may I call you Adam? I need you to understand the risk. Donovan won't stop. Helping me makes you target. The warning revealed character that impressed Adam. Evelyn could have hidden dangers to secure his agreement. Instead, she offered informed choice. Already made us targets by helping you last night. Might as well make it worthwhile. Sometimes opportunities arrive disguised as dangerous situations, and courage to help others creates possibilities that careful planning could never achieve alone. 2 weeks into partnership negotiations, Donovan Industries escalated beyond business warfare into personal attack. Private investigators began surveillance, while legal harassment threatened everything Adam had built for Clara's future. Mr. Carter, you're being served, the process server announced, while Clara played in their apartment courtyard, unaware that Daddy was being sued for $2 million in damages for assault, property damage, and interfering with legitimate business operations. Adam read lawsuit while rage built slowly. Criminal charges had been filed claiming he'd attacked innocent businessmen conducting legal negotiations. The lies were professionally crafted to destroy his reputation and financial stability. This is retaliation, Adam told Evelyn during an emergency meeting at Hart Motors headquarters, where security had been increased following escalating threats. Donovan's trying to destroy you before our partnership can legally protect you, Evelyn explained, while coordinating with attorneys whose experience with corporate warfare prepared them for dirty tactics. But legal harassment escalated when Adam's apartment was burglarized while he worked and Clara attended school. The violation wasn't random crime. Nothing valuable was stolen, but family photos were torn and Clara's toys destroyed in systematic psychological attack. Daddy, bad people were in our house, Clara whispered after discovering destruction. Her trauma cut deeper than any physical wound Adam had sustained in combat. The violation of their home transformed business dispute into personal war. Adam's military training prepared him to protect what mattered most, but civilian legal constraints limited response options. Detective Martinez arrived to process crime scene. Adam, this wasn't burglary. Professional job designed to send message. You and Clara can't stay here. Evelyn insisted Adam and Clara stay at Hart Estate while security assessed threats that had escalated beyond business competition into criminal intimidation affecting innocent child. I won't be responsible for Clara getting hurt because I involved you in this fight, Evelyn said, while showing them to guest quarters that were larger than their entire apartment. Clara marveled at surroundings while processing trauma through 6-year-old resilience that amazed both adults. "Miss Evelyn, your house is really big. Do you get lonely?" The innocent question hit target that business negotiations couldn't reach. Evelyn's wealth had provided security, but not companionship. Success, but not family warmth that Clara and Adam shared despite their struggles. "Sometimes, sweetheart, but having you and your daddy here makes it feel less lonely." That evening, while Clara slept peacefully for first time since break-in, Adam and Evelyn talked about partnership that had evolved beyond business relationship into personal connection neither had expected. "Adam, I need to be honest about something that's complicating our working relationship," Evelyn said during private conversation that addressed tension both had been trying to ignore. "I know, I feel it too," Adam admitted, while acknowledging attraction that had developed through shared crisis and mutual respect. But their growing feelings were interrupted by security alert. Donovan had escalated again, this time targeting Clara's school with anonymous threats that crossed every legal and moral boundary. "They're threatening my daughter," Adam said while reviewing security footage that showed suspicious vehicles near elementary school. "This ends now." FBI agent Sarah Chen arrived with warrant for Donovan's arrest. "Your case gave us evidence we needed to move against criminal conspiracy that's been intimidating business owners throughout region." Federal raids began at dawn. James Donovan was arrested for racketeering, witness intimidation, and making terrorist threats against minor child charges that would end his career and freedom while protecting dozens of families from corporate extortion. "Your intervention saved more than Hart Motors," Agent Chen explained. "Donovan's organization was systematically destroying family businesses whose owners were too frightened to resist." Adam felt satisfaction watching criminal face consequences for threatening Clara. But victory required personal cost media attention that destroyed quiet life he'd tried to maintain while raising daughter in peaceful anonymity. "Daddy, are we famous now?" Clara asked while watching news reports about local hero veteran stops corporate crime ring. "Just for a little while, sweetheart. Then everything goes back to normal." But normal had changed. Partnership with Evelyn was moving forward with legal protections that FBI cooperation had secured. Community service center renovation had begun with security that prevented future intimidation. More importantly, Adam had found something he'd stopped believing existed: someone who understood military values while sharing civilian dreams about family, community, and building something meaningful together. Evelyn's feelings had deepened through crisis that revealed character under pressure. Adam's courage in protecting others while prioritizing Clara's welfare had earned trust that wealth couldn't purchase but genuine love could provide. "Adam, when this is over, would you and Clara consider staying? Not as guests, but as family?" The question hung between them like bridge requiring leap of faith that both hearts wanted to make, despite minds that counseled caution about relationships built during crisis rather than developed through peaceful courtship. Sometimes the most important decisions are made not with careful planning, but with courage to trust that love grows stronger under pressure rather than weakening when tested by danger. 4 months later, the Carter Community Service Center's grand opening drew modest crowd of local families, veterans, and business leaders who'd supported transformation of abandoned garage into job training facility that honored military service while addressing civilian needs. Mayor Patricia Johnson cut ribbon alongside Adam, Evelyn, and Clara, while local newspaper documented ceremony that represented triumph of community cooperation over corporate intimidation. This center proves that good people choosing courage over comfort can create change that serves everyone, Evelyn announced, while crowd applauded achievement that had begun with veteran protecting stranger. Adam felt gratitude watching skilled veterans receive training for careers that utilized military experience while providing civilian opportunities. The renovated facility featured modern equipment Hart Motors had provided, along with guaranteed service contracts sustaining operations. Clara understood that Daddy and Miss Evelyn had built something special, helping people like Daddy's military friends find jobs using skills they'd learned protecting everyone during wars. "Daddy, are you happy?" Clara asked while ceremonies celebrated achievement. "Very happy, sweetheart. We're helping people while building something that'll last." The center would train 15 veterans initially, expanding based on success and community need rather than unrealistic projections that promised more than resources could deliver. The celebration faced unexpected tests when former Donovan employees arrived seeking employment at facility representing second chance for workers whose previous company had been destroyed through criminal prosecution. "Mr. Carter, we know Donovan tried to hurt you and your family," their spokesman explained while crowd watched Adam face choice between forgiveness and resentment. "But we're just working people who need jobs to support our families." Adam studied faces reflecting his own struggles with unemployment, family responsibility, and dignity that honest work provided. These weren't criminals, they were victims of criminal leadership who'd lost jobs through their employers' illegal actions. Military teaches us about distinguishing between leaders and followers, criminals and victims, Adam addressed gathering, while Clara watched Daddy make decision-defining community character. Everyone deserves second chance when they're willing to work honestly. Applications available Monday. The announcement drew applause, while former enemies became potential colleagues through Grace military service had taught about rebuilding after conflict rather than perpetuating retaliation cycles. Evelyn felt pride watching Adam demonstrate leadership that had attracted her interest while understanding that partnership had evolved beyond business relationship into personal connection both had been developing despite professional boundaries. But integration wouldn't be simple. Some veterans questioned wisdom of trusting people whose previous employment had involved threatening military families, creating tension requiring careful management. "Adam, some of these guys might still be loyal to Donovan," warned Marine veteran Joe Martinez, whose caution reflected military thinking about operational security. "Could be spies trying to sabotage what we're building. Then we'll teach them better loyalty through example rather than suspicion," Adam replied, while understanding that fear-based decisions would perpetuate conflict that forgiveness might resolve through patience. The integration process revealed complex dynamics as former adversaries worked alongside victims of their previous employers' crimes. Trust required time, patience, and repeated proof of good intentions through consistent actions rather than words alone. Clara watched adults navigate complicated relationships while understanding that Daddy chose kindness over anger, because that's what Mommy had taught about treating people fairly even when they'd done wrong things. "Miss Evelyn, why are some people mad about Daddy helping those men find jobs?" Clara asked during private conversation that revealed 6-year-old's confusion about adult complexity. Because forgiveness is hard, sweetheart. It's easier to stay angry than to risk trusting people who've hurt us. But your daddy knows that helping people heal makes everyone stronger. The explanation satisfied Clara while highlighting emotional maturity that Adam had developed through military service and single parenting that taught lessons about choosing constructive responses over destructive ones, even when destructive felt more satisfying initially. 3 months of careful integration proved Adam's approach correct. Former Donovan employees became valued team members whose gratitude for second chances translated into exceptional work ethic and loyalty to organization that had offered redemption rather than rejection. "These guys work harder than anyone," admitted Joe Martinez, while his initial suspicion transformed into respect for people who'd proven themselves through actions rather than promises. "Guess everyone deserves chance to make things right." The successful integration demonstrated principles Adam had learned through military service. Enemies could become allies when treated with dignity rather than contempt, and community strength came from inclusion rather than exclusion of people willing to change. But business success created new challenge when major automotive manufacturer offered to purchase service center for an amount that would make Adam financially independent while potentially destroying community mission that motivated the work. $5 million, Evelyn announced while reviewing offer. Enough to secure Clara's future while providing comfortable retirement. Adam studied document while understanding that choice between personal security and community service would define his character as much as initial decision to help stranger in diner had revealed his values. What happens to veteran training program, community partnerships, people depending on jobs we've created? Unknown? Corporate ownership might maintain programs or eliminate them for profit maximization. The decision required choosing between guaranteed financial security for Clara and continued service to community that needed ongoing support rather than temporary assistance followed by abandonment when better opportunities appeared. "We turn it down," Adam decided while Clara played nearby, unaware that Daddy was choosing community service over personal wealth. Money's important, but purpose matters more. Clara needs to see that some things can't be sold. Evelyn's smile revealed approval and deeper emotion that business partnership couldn't contain. "I was hoping you'd say that, because I have different proposition." Her confession that she'd been falling in love despite trying to maintain professional distance created opportunity for honest discussion about relationship that had developed through shared values and mutual respect. "Clara, how would you feel if Miss Evelyn became part of our family?" Adam asked, while understanding that daughter's acceptance was prerequisite for relationship-affecting child whose security required adult commitment. "You mean like a mommy?" Clara asked with childhood directness that cut through adult complexity. "If that's what she wants to be." Clara launched herself into Evelyn's arms with enthusiasm that answered question more clearly than words could express. "I love you, Miss Evelyn. Will you love us back?" "Forever and always, sweetheart." 2 years later, Adam and Evelyn's wedding at the Community Service Center celebrated partnership that had transformed individual crisis into community renewal while creating family that honored military values through civilian service, benefiting vulnerable populations, requiring ongoing support rather than temporary charity. Clara served as flower girl while wearing dress she'd chosen with new mommy's help, their bond having developed naturally through shared commitment to daddy's happiness and family stability that all three had found together. The service center had trained 120 veterans while generating sustainable revenue supporting programs throughout region, whose success attracted national attention to innovative approach honoring military service through practical civilian applications. The Carter Community Service Center became regional model for veteran employment programs, while Hart Motors partnership generated $2.8 million in annual revenue, supporting 85 military families through job training that honored service while providing civilian career opportunities. Adams' intervention had prevented Donovan Industries from destroying 23 family businesses through criminal intimidation that federal prosecution ended permanently. Evelyn's community investment strategy inspired 3 Fortune 500 companies to develop similar programs recognizing corporate responsibility for veteran support that government programs couldn't provide adequately. Clara's emotional healing through family stability enabled academic excellence, while her understanding of courage through helping others influenced classmates whose community service projects honored military families. The marriage between Adam and Evelyn represented successful partnership across social classes through shared values about service over self-interest, creating sustainable community benefit. 3 years later, the Carter Hart Foundation operated veteran service centers in 8 cities, while Adam's initial courage had inspired regional movement recognizing individual action's power to create systematic change when moral principles guide decision-making during crisis requiring personal sacrifice for community benefit. Clara, now 9, volunteered at local centers while understanding that helping others created opportunities that selfish choices could never achieve through community cooperation rather than individual competition that damaged relationships. They learned that some battles are fought with weapons, others with compassion, but the most important ones are fought in moments when choosing courage over safety transforms individual crisis into collective opportunity for growth, healing, and hope that extends beyond personal benefit to encompass community welfare, requiring ongoing commitment to principles that protect vulnerable populations from those who would exploit weakness, rather than strengthen communities through service that honors military values while serving civilian needs through practical partnerships creating dignity, rather than dependency for those whose sacrifice earned ongoing appreciation. Some battles are fought with weapons, others with compassion, but the most important ones are fought in moments when choosing courage over safety transforms individual crisis into collective opportunity for communities to grow stronger together.